To make a cryptocurrency become a real circulative currency, one must make its fluctuations come down to a range that more people can accept, becoming a currency that a significantly large enough number of people would consider relatively stable. Now, these arguments for a relatively stable currency are themselves a pseudo proposition because there's never been an absolutely stable currency. And looking from a financial perspective, all currencies are relatively stable. This so-called stability is a relative product of value fluctuation and social acceptance within a certain period of time. In the financial world, no matter what the market value is, every currency is in fact an independent economic entity. From this scientific orientation, in order to make a cryptocurrency increase in stability under a free market state, there's only one method. That is to continuously expand the currency's total market value, and after a period of rapid price expansion, simultaneously increase the currency's scope of use and range of applications, thereby balancing the currency's total market throughput and continuously reducing the currency's price fluctuations, making it infinitely approach zero, thereby increasing the currency's stability. This is the only path to success for any decentralized currency. As early as the 12th century, the concept of a perpetual motion machine was put forward. Starting in the 13th century, the first designs began to emerge. Now, coming into the 19th century, the law of the conservation of energy was discovered, yet no true perpetual motion machine has ever emerged. Even the great Charles Darwin tried, but came to the conclusion that perpetual motion is impossible to realize. However, we believe that the concept for a perpetual motion machine is a reflection of the power of nature. It's the eternal order of the universe. It's the blueprint of God's creation. There must definitely be a way to portray its excellence. If it cannot be realized in physics, maybe we can make it become a reality in the virtual financial world. Now, fortunately, we found this perpetual motion machine left by God after years of exploration and applied it to the VDS future currency network. We can feel its immense power. This power will definitely drive us towards new currency freedom. So how can we do that? The financial perpetual motion machine I mentioned is the core innovative function in VDS, resonance trade. Resonance trade can continuously stimulate the expansion of the entire VDS ecology and steadily direct cash flow inwards so as to continuously expand the overall market value of our economic entity. Combining the trust stamp network, blockchain, business, smart contracts, VAD, and other commerce-related apps will make all kinds of application environments for Voller come to fruition, and at last bring us a decentralized future currency system. This will be the most fantastic, decentralized financial design you've ever seen. Come on! Next, I'm going to give everyone a detailed explanation of resonance trade. Resonance trade is a Bitcoin to Voller, one-way cross-blockchain exchange process. The Voller and Bitcoin drive each other within the VDS ecology, forming a financial power with limitless circulation. Now, during the resonance trade process, this one-way exchange ratio between Bitcoin and Voller is determined by this resonance V-pool. The resonance V-pool can be understood as VDS chain pre-mined currency temporarily stored on the chain until issuance. We can imagine it as this inverted pyramid with no upper limit, just like this. And this inverted pyramid of Voller, it's made with a multi-level exchange ratio. Every level has enough funds for 10 Bitcoins. The bottom level is level 1. The Bitcoin to Voller ratio here is 1 to 1. that is 1 Bitcoin to 1 Voller. So this level has at most 10 Voller. Next is level 2. The ratio here is 1 to 2, 1 Bitcoin, 2 Voller. This level has at most 20 Voller. Next is level 3, 1 to 3, 1 Bitcoin, 3 Voller. We have at most 30 Voller. And it just keeps on going like this. So let's assume that what we're looking at is the 3,756th level. And 1 Bitcoin can be exchanged for 3,756 Voller. And that means this level has at most 37,560 Voller waiting to currently be converted. Now, if level 3,756 is currently the top level in the Resonance V pool, then the cumulative Voller that we see in this Resonance V pool would add up to 70,525,000 Voller. Now, this number happens to be the initial funds that will be in the Resonance V pool. So to say this all succinctly, as each level raises, the corresponding Voller will increase at the same ratio. Okay, now the Voller in the Resonance V pool originates from 3 main sources. The first one is through overvolume of newly issued VDS currency. The second kind is the unclaimable rewards in the trust stamp system network. And the third is Genesis VID loss. Now, when we say overvolume issuance, we are referring to when the Voller amount used to create VIDs in the previous game week is less than the total amount of new block currency that was issued by POW in the current week. In this situation, where there's a sum difference, the system will determine that overvolume has been produced. Then the VDS issuance equalization mechanism will activate and the overvolume will be redirected into this Resonance V pool at the production of each new block in this game. This is to increase the Voller supply in the Resonance V pool, and it also increases the exchange rate as each level goes up. Now, what are the unclaimable trust stamp system rewards? For every newly added VID, 12 system rewards of 0.5 each are produced for every interpersonal relationship block member above a VID in the trust stamp system. They get 0.15 Voller. Now, in the trust stamp system network, there's countless trust stamp systems. And under each VID, there's a 12-level trust stamp system like this. And every level can provide enormous system rewards for your VID. But when this VID hasn't yet filled the 12 VIDs in the first level, the VID can't receive all of its level rewards. These unclaimable rewards will go directly into the Resonance V pool, also increasing the Voller supply in the Resonance V pool. Now, lastly, the last source of Voller in the Resonance V pool is Genesis VID loss rewards. In the trust stamp system, there is a Genesis VID at the top of every trust stamp system. And in the commission dispersion process for Bitcoin, smart contracts and new VID creation, when rewards or commissions dispersed exceed the Genesis VID level, this Genesis VID serves as the top level, and rewards that exceed this Genesis VID level are automatically directed into this Resonance V pool, guaranteeing a balanced reward dispersion across all of VDS. Now, if there's no Voller going into this Resonance V pool, it should be clarified that this means that in that week, the VDS ecology was expanding at a 12-fold growth rate. Due to the demands of newly fissioned VIDs, Voller's price will increase, which will also stimulate Bitcoin to be exchanged into Voller. This is because, ultimately, the reason for trading is that you can trade in for more compared to how much the legal tender value is. Now, when you trade, perhaps you're going to ask, where did all these Bitcoins go? Now, in the Resonance trade, the traded in Bitcoin will be directly awarded to the corresponding Bitcoin addresses of the Fission Top 10 and Lucky 20 Light Master nodes produced in each game. In other words, They are the direct receivers of this Bitcoin. And what I'm going to talk about next is really the crux of this video. In the introduction video for the trust stamp system, we mentioned that fission promotion can let players obtain an enormous amount of Voller rewards. Every week, the 10 players with the highest weighted fission score will become the top 10, and they can obtain 50% of all Bitcoin in the resonance trades of one game. A reward system like this can effectively motivate all players to promote VDS, and under the stimulation of enormous rewards, the number of VID users will definitely increase rapidly, giving it a strong catalytic role in the ecological expansion of VDS. And with these increasing number of VIDs, the demand of Voller will grow larger and larger, promoting a stable increase in Voller value. And in any case, the demand for Bitcoin to Voller exchange, it's based on the foundation that the Bitcoin exchange can increase the total corresponding legal tender value. So as the exchange ratio rises and Voller's price rises, both effectively stimulate positive Bitcoin to Voller conversion. And accordingly, the Bitcoin exchange amount continuously increases. So for example, if 1,000 Bitcoin are produced as reward on average every week, under this kind of stimulation, the competition for trust stamp system fission promotion rewards will become more and more fierce. Now, through the promotional financial circulation inherent in VDS, the whole system will continuously climb in value. And even when the future exchange rate between Bitcoin and Voller is 1-to-1, the market value of Bitcoin will be driven by VDS as well. Never underestimate the power of financially incentivized teamwork. Yeah, so all this has come from Resonance Trade. Just take some time to understand it deeply, and you will know how powerful it is. Okay, in the following section, we will focus on how to perform Resonance Trade. First, open the VDS wallet application and click the Ecology button on the home page. Here, we can see the option to do Resonance Trade. Now go into the Resonance Trade interface. We can see the total Resonance Bitcoin, Voller remaining in the current level, and the total Voller in the Resonance V pool. We can also see my Bitcoin wallet balance and the Resonance value if we converted it to Voller. Now click Resonate Now, and we enter the conversion page. Here, choose your Bitcoin Pay address. We see the correspondingly generated Voller address, which is our Voller receiving address. Okay, after the address is set, in either the Bitcoin or the Voller column, enter the Bitcoin amount we want to exchange. Now, we can also enter the amount of Voller we want to buy. Now let's try to exchange 1 Bitcoin. Okay, according to the current exchange rate in the Resonance system, we can get 1,893 Voller. Now let's select the Resonance Trade Handler's Fee, Rapid or Standard. And as I'm sure you're probably aware, the more handler's fees that we pay, the faster that the Bitcoin can be confirmed. And you should know, in order to ensure a stable system and to avoid an effect in Resonance trades similar to a Bitcoin soft fork, VDS uses 6 BTC confirmations. The system is designed to pay Voller according to the current exchange rate after receipt of confirmation. So in theory, it takes at least 1 hour to complete a Resonance trade. Therefore, the time it takes Bitcoin to enter the account will affect the exchange rate. Okay, so we can click Resonate Now and input our password. And after that, you have completed a Resonance trade. Take a look. It's just that easy. Okay, we click Return, and it goes to the home page for Resonance Trade. Next, click Resonance History. And we can view the status of our resonance trade. And there are 4 states in total: inline, Bitcoin confirming, VDS confirming, Volar received. By clicking information, details of the resonance trade will be displayed and all information will be acquired. My friend, VDS is a powerful financial perpetual motion machine. If we look at it in detail, we will find that by combining new currency issuance with resonance trade becomes unstoppable. The greater the number of fission promotion VIDs, the higher the demand for Volar. This will cause price increase as well. And as the trust stamp system expands, more system rewards will go into the resonance fee pool, resulting in an increased exchange rate on resonance trades. Both the increase in Volar price and exchange rate will lead to an increase of legal tender earnings by exchanging Bitcoin into Volar. So, when Bitcoin is exchanged, the competition for Fission Top 10 will be more and more fierce. And it just goes on and keeps on circulating, promoting the overall market value of VDS and the value of your currency. This is the financial perpetual motion machine brought by resonance trade and the ultimate system of wealth freedom brought on by VDS. This is a gift from God to every VDS player. This will be the real redistribution of global wealth. This is the opportunity in your hands. Don't miss out this time.